Hi, I'm Ira Block, National Geographic photographer and Sony Artisan. In the last few episodes, we've really had a good time photographing some really interesting people in Havana and Vinales. But you can't make an entire story just out of the people. You need to add something more. So now, let's look at photographing some architecture, some details, and some landscapes to help round out the story, to make the story more complete, to look at where people have come from and what's affected their culture by their environment. Estoy sudando. Oh boy, wow. Hay mucho calor. To be able to tell a really complete story with your photos, you have to be more than just a portrait photographer. The environment, the landscapes, the agriculture, that's part of what makes the people who they are. The environment is what creates a culture usually, and especially in the countryside. What you grow, what you harvest, sort of dictates how the culture is going to be and what people do for their leisure time, what people do for play. And when you're talking to local people and photographing them, information that they give you will help round out your project. Yeah, we're here in Vinales now, which is a big agricultural area. It's really known for its tobacco, but what I really like about this are the landscapes with these karsts behind me. The environment is part of the story. The reason it's such a good agricultural area is because of the environment. I've been here before and I just remembered having a really great view. And one of the nice things is that there's a couple of these formations fairly close. So it gives you a foreground and then you get the big background. Sometimes people shoot a wide expanse of background, but the background is very small and there's nothing that anchors you into the image. Having something like this karst or formation here in the foreground helps sort of give you a foreground background feeling, and that's why I wanted to stop here. Well, I knew this place. Sometimes you have to find places. It's great when you've been somewhere before and you know exactly where to go. But I'm always looking. I want to find a place even better. If you're satisfied, you're not making pictures. Yeah, with the wide lens coming in at like 24 millimeters, I really get the expanse of the background. I like having him working in the foreground in this incredible scene in the background. It's just sort of a combination showing a person, the environment. This is what I live for. Getting a person working in an environment shows what they're doing. A lot of hard work for him, a little bit easier for me though. This guy's great. Oh yeah, and the eye autofocus is picking it up great, yeah. All right, just coincidentally, he's busy working. I've got a person now. I've got someone I could connect with, and then I tie him into his environment, into the background. This is what it is. This is what makes me happy. This is how it works for me, the way I think and the way I try to put my photos together. In Havana, I'm taking photos of urban landscapes. The old cars, the Spanish architecture, the Capitol, different areas of the city. And these kind of photos that I will be taking help round out your story. Here in Havana, the architecture varies. Some of it's super colorful, Some of it is very gray and decaying. I love going to people's homes. A lot of the items in the homes are very old, but they've got terrific character, and the homes are so clean and so well kept. And because this is, a tough economic situation, people really care for things they own and keep them working. We're used to a disposable economy, but here in Cuba they're not. They can't afford to dispose of things. They have to find a way to make it work. And this is really evident going inside their homes. Ride was fabulous. It's always great fun to drive around Cuba in an old car. 1950 Chevrolet with still the original engine. Unbelievable. The cars here are great. They're super colorful. They're kept in fantastic condition, and cars tell you about people. The people care about these cars. It's integral to their everyday life, plus it's part of their culture now. After the revolution here in Cuba, the cars just stayed as they were. People couldn't get other cars, so they had no choice but to care for and keep these cars in great condition. And that was in 1960, and the cars are still here. They're not just for the tourists to drive around in. They're what people use every day for the transportation. Wow, we're getting beautiful light behind me, huh? Oh, pretty early in the morning here. It's 6:30, and we're doing a night shot of the fort, and I'm gonna paint it with a flashlight. Well, my buddy Kip is gonna run around with a flashlight and literally paint light on the edge of the fort while my shutter stays open for about 30 seconds. And the other thing that'll happen is in that 30 seconds, the sky will start getting a nice bright look to it. El Morro is sort of the iconic looking fort that says Havana. So I need to get a shot of it. There are some other shots we'll try later in the day from across the harbor. I don't just want to take one shot. I want to do some different angles, different lighting to create different mood. This is a good place to use a zoom lens. This is the 2470 G Master 2. On a landscape type of shoot, the zoom lens is nice because you could precisely frame the image, because we can't go back too much further here. I'm going to switch to a longer lens. So these landscapes will give more of a sense of place to where these people are living. If you're out and you only have one camera with you and it breaks, you're done. Your storytelling has pretty much ended. So I carry 2 or 3 bodies, and I carry a variety of lenses. Even if I think I'm only going to be doing portraits or environmental portraits, I want to have other lenses in case I run across a landscape, a close-up detail I need to do. So I carry more equipment than I need, because if you leave something at home, you know you're going to need it. All right, I think it's time to take a look at some of the pictures I've been shooting here in Cuba, and we're going to look at the photos and see how I really can go through them and make decisions about which photos to use to put together a story that has some impact. So let's go do it.